Bung bung. Look, I saw a guy the other day drinking a coffee and he wasn't even smiling about it. And I don't even know why you would bother having a coffee to start your day that's not going to make you smile. And I know why this happened to this man. He wasn't drinking bung bung coffee, which is happiness in a cup. It puts a pep in your step. This coffee is unbelievable. It's specialty coffee from South America, Peru, Honduras, Brazil, and Colombia. These are the countries that we blended together to create bung bung beans, and these things are roasted to perfection. They are viewed under UV light for the perfect shade of brown. You will not get one batch a different color from the other batch, and that is like the perfect bean. It tastes delicious. It smells even better. You get this package rock up to your door, by the way, that smells unbelievable. It changes the whole vibe of your house, even for the children who don't drink coffee. And you know what? They can, because it'll make them better. If you want this beautiful smelling substance, tasting substance, this nectar in your house, go to bungbungcoffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy. You can get 15% off all orders. And I said 15% off all orders just because you listen to the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. And that's what Bung Bung Coffee is going to do for you. bungbungcoffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy for 15% off all orders. Let's start the show.
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Welcome to the Party.
Welcome to the party, bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Bossman, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the Matt Damon of podcasting, because I am good will punting. Yes. Richmond versus Sydney tonight. I've got 2 multis on. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We've got Boardman in the building.
Back again.
The streak.
Still alive.
I think we're at 4 or 5 now.
Yeah.
I honestly think it is a record. Or maybe when you first came on board, I think we had
a pretty solid run at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just keep it going.
Things happen.
Yeah,
yeah man. Anything this week?
Nah, another one of those weeks, man.
Another one.
Nothing notable.
Dude, since last Thursday, it's all been happening.
Yeah? What's been happening?
Corey Maynard, friend of the show, staff of the North Melbourne Kangaroos was in town because the North Melbourne Kangaroos were in town. So he gave me and Rachel tickets to the game and we went to the footy, got lit. Kenny was getting looked after. Corey drove us home. And watched more footy and drank beers here.
Yeah, nice. Good game for a Crows fan as well.
It was, and it was a perfect day as well. Like, I felt like I was getting sunburnt in the middle of winter or beginning of winter. But in the sun, my man Millerer was up close. Love that guy, untackleable Millerer.
Yeah.
The slipperiest man.
Yeah, he's pretty evasive, isn't he?
Yeah. Fancy footwork. He's like the Nikola Jokic of the AFL.
Okay, we'll roll with that.
Who's got the most immaculate footwork in the NBA? Kyrie, maybe?
Yeah,
offensively.
That's a good question.
Jokic has got to be up there.
For his size, it's pretty crazy what that guy can do. But yeah, Kyrie's a magician.
Yeah.
Wizard.
Steph as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
I wouldn't mind a Ginobili. He was slippery. Rondo was slippery. Bought 4 beers to start us off. $47.
That's right. I was thinking like 80 or something.
Oh, really? I just bought a slab.
So it's only what, like $12.50 or something for a beer at the footy these days?
Only?
Oh, dude, it was that like 2 years ago.
Bro.
I'm surprised it's not more now. I haven't been for a little while, as you can tell.
On my way home tonight, I bought a slab of Peroni Reds for $52. which is $5 more than it cost me for 4 cans of beer.
Yeah, it's robbery.
It was unbelievable.
Anytime you leave your house to buy beer, you're getting fleeced.
Yeah. Specifically if you go to a sporting event.
But even like festivals and if you go out, it's like $10 a beer.
Never been to a festival.
Okay, they're like 12 minimum.
That's gross.
And that was a couple of years back, so I'm sure it's more these days.
Yeah, but you can get like I guess a pint's like $9 or something, eh?
Yeah, but at least you're getting more than a can.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was pretty sick. Trying to think of anything else that really happened. Not heaps. That's really the end of everything.
Still, sounds good. Sounds like a good day out.
Yeah, we updated the cover art of the Welcome to the Poddy podcast to reflect the new stance the show has taken against fatties. No, the new genre of the show. We are now a TV and film podcast. It's only taken 7, 8 years, 9 years maybe to find exactly what this show is, but I believe this is it.
Tiny popcorn,
movies. It was right there the whole time. I've been doing Clay's reviews since.
Yeah, it's been a consistent segment on the show all these years.
How could I not realize this was a movie podcast? Unbelievable.
Better late than never, dude.
Yeah. But good feedback over the last 3 episodes. Do you remember the movies that we've done?
Did Extraction 2.
Yep. Did Extraction 2.
The Fox. Is it
the Foxcatcher? Just Foxcatcher.
Or just Foxcatcher. And there was one other one.
I reckon we did one more.
I can't remember what it was.
Vengeance, but you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
That was before we decided like we'll both watch it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Hit the theme.
Comedy, action, or horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's Reviews.
This week we watched Air.
Yes, Air starring Matt Damon.
Yep.
Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman,
Chris Tucker, Viola Davis. By the way, did she look like Mrs. Jordan or did she look like Mrs. Jordan? Unreal. She's so good. I think she was in the Space Maths movie. Space Maths?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I forget what the name of the movie actually was, but she was like one of the first women that worked at NASA and they like did all the mathematics to like get the first people on the moon or something maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I forget what that was called, but I think she was in it. Yeah, dude. This movie it was a movie about meetings.
Yeah, heaps of that. Look, I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch it this week, as you know, but I did watch it about a month and a half ago. So some of it's a little hazy, but remember the majority.
It was as if it was like Mad Men. Instead of alcoholics cheating on their wives, it was sports.
I haven't watched much Mad Men. I think I'm 2 episodes in.
Okay. Well, has he cheated on his wife yet?
I don't think so. Just heaps of meetings though.
Is hard to believe because that is all that show is about.
Pretty frequent. Right.
Yeah, doing meetings, drinking whiskey out of these bad boys, and cheating on wives is essentially the whole show. It's much deeper than that, but on face value, that's what Mad Men is, and this was Mad Men as sports instead, sneakers. The soundtrack. It was just 80s bangers. I loved it. I actually loved the soundtrack. Every scene basically opened with a new 80s banger. The 80s production design I thought was perfect too.
Yeah, it was good for the time period.
All of the costume and the cars.
Just the way it was filmed. Like
the filter or whatever, like not quite sepia, but like, it looked 80s, the hairstyles. They nailed that. And like I said before, Mrs. Jordan, what's her name? Dolores?
Yeah, Dolores.
Yeah. She she looked just like her, because people might remember that that commercial where she comes out and she plays Michael Jordan 1-on-1, or she's like shooting.
Is that where she dunks at the end?
Dunks it at the end, yeah. And it's just like a dude in a wig, and you can see it. But
wild.
yeah, like she looks just like her. That was awesome. Well, obviously the casting was great, and the costume and makeup and all of that. The most notable part of the movie is called Air. It's about signing Michael Jordan, Air Jordan. There's no Michael Jordan in the movie. Now, obviously, Michael Jordan would have had to sign something or approve something, and he didn't. What do you think about that?
It's not that off-brand for Jordan, because I remember growing up playing lots of basketball video games. It was pretty rare for him to actually be in the games. Like, there's a few he's in, but yeah, I guess throughout the years he just hasn't really signed his likeness over to that many entities.
Yeah,
that he's not going to make a substantial amount of money off. So it wasn't that off-brand for him.
Yeah,
I don't think. And
I get it. Some people might think like, oh, what a dickhead or whatever, but who knows if it was Michael Jordan's decision? It could have been, maybe they reached out ahead of time and said, we want to portray you in this movie. And he says, okay, but I want final cut. Then they're at risk of hiring somebody, paying them, going through the whole process, showing MJ, and then he says, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, there's that, or maybe his price was just too high.
Price could have been too high. And, you know, at this point, when you've got Scottie Pippen acting like an absolute psychopath all the time, he probably doesn't want his, I mean, this film was probably actually filmed before the whole Scottie Pippen stuff, but like, he probably doesn't want his brand to be tarnished at all if they don't portray him in the light that he wants to be portrayed in. Even though, you know, The Last Dance came out and he obviously made himself out to look like an asshole.
Yeah, he did. I feel like that part of him's like undeniable though.
Yeah.
Like you can't hide that.
Yeah, and he had the like he didn't want to sign with Nike, which maybe if they had someone play him, he really comes off as a dickhead. Like, fuck that, I don't want to sign with, you know. So it might have been a choice from there. I just doubt it. I doubt it. I'm sure they would have tried to have Michael Jordan in it, or someone playing Michael Jordan, but I get it. I totally get it. If you're him, people are trying to make a movie about you every 2 years. Like, you've got this multi-billion-dollar brand. How much risk do you want to put in other people's hands about your image, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think it like took away from the film not having like a character actually portraying him?
No, I think it added to the film. Yeah. Honestly, because it wasn't the Michael Jordan story, it was the Air Jordan story.
Yeah. 100% agree with that.
So I do wonder if it was a creative choice. I just really doubt it. Also though, like, I've got this movie behind me on the DVDs called Michael Jordan. I don't even remember the name of the actor that plays him. Let's find it.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
I don't know, maybe Ernie Hudson. I don't know. This is him.
This looks nuts. He's like 3 inches off the ground.
Dude, it's crazy. But like back then, Michael Jordan must have signed off on this.
And it's a movie. Like, this isn't a documentary or anything.
It doesn't look like a documentary.
This looks crazy, dude. Can I borrow this?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro. So I forgot what I was even talking about, bro. Once I saw this motherfucker's face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I was even talking about. Feeling tired? That. Perk up and level up with Bung Bung Coffee's delicious modern dark roast, your favourite brewer's favourite brew. bungbungcoffee.com. Yeah, or what I was going to say is like, who the fuck do you get to play him that's a believable MJ? Not that fucking guy.
Jimmy Butler with a shaved head, apparently.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards, maybe?
And Edwards, yeah.
Yeah.
A few candidates.
Yeah, I don't know how believable you get with a Michael Jordan character.
Yeah, I think it would have taken away.
Yeah.
Just would have been people scrutinizing the character, being like, "No, he doesn't look like him." Or
yeah, so maybe it was they because we don't know the story yet, and I didn't do any research, so maybe they tried to cast and they couldn't find someone suitable, and they said, "Let's do it like this," and they did. But who knows? But I think it was the right move not having a Michael Jordan, because the story wasn't. Yeah, like I said before, it wasn't the Michael Jordan story. It was the story of the shoe, the story of Nike, who wasn't a renowned basketball brand at the time. It was Converse and Adidas were the two majors.
Now, I had an idea of like how this all went down before the film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you did too.
Yeah.
Is it pretty common knowledge for people that don't really follow sports or basketball? Or
I don't believe so. I don't think I knew this until The Last Dance, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's the only reason I think that I knew he wasn't going to sign with Nike.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So when was that? Like 3 or so years ago? I'm just trying to work out how long I've known that for.
I don't remember how long ago that was. I reckon it was during COVID. So maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what I was getting at is, for me, when I was watching it, it was more of like a how did it happen rather than what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that like detracted from my experience watching the film a little bit. Like just knowing what the end was going to be.
But everyone knows that, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess going into it, you know it's going to be Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the way that...
Sorry, maybe it's like watching The Last Dance and knowing there was like that Nike wasn't favoured to get him. Whereas people that haven't seen that... No, actually, I don't really know what I'm getting at here.
Everyone knows that he signed with Nike.
Everyone knows he signs with Nike, but... Yeah, I don't know. Just the end being inevitable kind of like took away from it a little bit for me, but it was still interesting, the whole how.
Yeah,
which is obviously what the movie's all about.
And I liked that the mother was like just such a... She believed in him so much. She was like a manager, like... with the taking a portion of each pair of shoes sold with his name on it. Like that was important to her and to him and to every athlete ever since then that's had their name on a pair of shoes.
Yeah, do you know if that's still how it works these days? I guess it would be different for everyone's contract, but is that like a pretty common thing in contracts now?
I think it's like, you know how in law they've got there's like an example. So if there's ever if someone's
like a precedent's
been set, yeah. So like if someone gets off of this crime because of this, then if you do the same crime under the same circumstances as them, you should get off.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what the lawyer will use, like the Brown case of 1974 as their reasoning for why you shouldn't get the sentence that the prosecutor is saying or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so pretty much everyone with a signature shoe is getting a cut of their sales these days. Yeah.
Oh, the guy that Matt Damon played?
Sonny Vaccaro.
Vicaro?
Let's go with that.
You see the belief that Dolores had in Michael, and then the belief that this guy had in himself. He was like, this is the guy. I don't want 3 guys. I want to go all in on this guy. This is the guy. I know it. He staked his career on it. He staked other people's careers on it. And I was so inspired by that. And I was inspired by Jordan's mum as well. Got me all hyped.
Yeah, he's a bit of a gambling man as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sets that.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually.
That kind of sets the scene for how much he's willing to just bet on himself and go all in on things.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. I liked the the Chris Tucker character sort of. He was like a.
Is he like a PR sort of guy?
I don't know what his position was, but he was almost like a liaison for black athletes.
Or like A&R, I guess.
Yeah.
Artist relations, but just move that on to clients, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's saying like it's always the mother in a black household. The mother runs things. You got to get the mother on board. And he's like, giving like the inside scoop.
Yeah.
On all that shit. So that was pretty fun.
Was he the one that met
Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King, or was it Wayne's?
Wayne's,
okay.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that was...
About the speech being like...
I wonder if that was true.
Off the dome. Yeah, I don't actually know, but I don't get why he'd make something like that up.
They do like, the biopic thing where they always have the writing at the end that this happened to so-and-so. And they said that he's been offered $3 million for that speech and rejected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he really does have that speech. That's nuts. Unless he rejected it because he doesn't have it.
Yeah. I mean, if he's been working at Nike for that long in a high-level position, $3 million probably isn't all that much to him.
Yeah, it's probably absolutely Nathan. So back onto the shoe deal. Getting what they didn't. I don't think they said what the percentage was that MJ gets per sneaker, but currently Michael Jordan gets $4 billion in his pocket per year of passive income. And passive income for you idiots at home is where you get money for doing nothing. It's a side hustle that it's your money working for you, basically. So if you're invested in real estate and you've just got rent coming in, right? You're not working for that rent. That rent just comes into your pockets. That's passive income. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan gets $4 billion of shoe rent every year. Passive income.
All right, and it says that in the movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I've just Googled quickly percentage MJ gets from Nike, and it says Michael Jordan does not earn a fixed amount from Nike, but rather gets a 5% royalty on Jordan brand earnings. This has helped him amass a net worth of $2 billion.
Yeah, so it might be $4 billion before tax. Makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Still, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Say that.
That's crazy. My thought on it was, did this story need to be a feature-length film?
I don't know. Like, what would you cut out of it?
I would cut exactly 100% of this film and throw it in the bin, because all I needed was the snippet in The Last Dance of 20 minutes or whatever the fuck they spent on it.
Yeah.
I didn't think this needed to be a movie at all. Like I said, it was a movie about meetings. I read the reviews going into it. I saw all the hype before it got released, and I was expecting pure magic from this. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon back together for the first time, apparently, since Good Will Hunting.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, it's all unsourced here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, but so, my dick was getting a little bit hard going into this. And then when that shit was over, I was like, well, that didn't even need to be a movie.
Are we at the point where we're giving scores?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you give it then?
Maximum of 6.5.
Okay, so not too far off then. I was going to say 7.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. It didn't... Yeah, I think just like knowing what the ending's going to be, for me, that's why I think it kind of didn't need to be a movie, but at the same time, I enjoyed watching it. It's good to get like the little extra bits of insight that, not that it's going to change my life at all, but it's just interesting being a fan of basketball and Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Hannah didn't enjoy it as much as I did. I think she was a bit bored towards the end of it.
Okay. Yeah. Rach really enjoyed it. We were in the kitchen moments before we started this podcast. Rachel said 8.
Yeah.
And then I made a face.
She said she loved it.
I made a face, and then she said 7. Eight's nuts. Eight's is like, to me, eight's like, we're getting into award-winning territory. If this wins an award, I'll eat my dick. Like, there's no fucking way. No fucking way. The only thing I could see it winning an award for is like costume design, but there's so much, like, there's too much like hectic like war shit and like Lord of the Rings type of shit that like this could never win in that category anyway. It just was. It is a movie. Didn't need to be. I didn't think anyway. But no, it wasn't like I wasn't like miserable or anything. But like once it was over, I was just like, huh.
Yeah. Okay. I get you.
But like I said, it got me fucking pumped up. I could watch it again. It's got some rewatchability for a 6.5. Do you have like the running time?
1 hour 52. So yeah, pretty short for a movie these
Not
days.
bad. Like if it's gonna be a movie, which it didn't need to be, but if it's gonna be a movie, I reckon 90 minutes could have done it.
Yeah, actually, just looking at it, so I haven't seen Creed 3, but that goes for 1 hour 56, and I would have thought a movie like that would need a bit more time than Air did. So maybe it did go a bit longer than it needed to have.
Creed 3 doesn't need, like when you've got 9 Rocky movies, like they should be getting shorter every time.
I haven't seen any of them. Have you? I've seen the Rocky films, but I haven't seen any of the Creed.
I think I saw Creed 1.
Okay, and you just called it there.
I enjoyed it, so I don't know why. I just think like almost like Marvel, like they're just pumping them out. I'm like, I can't even keep up.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I really enjoyed Creed, so I don't know. Maybe whenever Creed 2 came out, I didn't have it on. I didn't have like the right streamer or whatever. I don't know. But I do want to try and, if we can, I don't know whether we've got the knowledge set here. We might have to do a bit of sourcing. But who's had the better career, Matt Damon or Ben Affleck? Starting at Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, look, I probably don't have the knowledge, but my first thought was Matt Damon.
Because of the Bournes?
Yeah. What was that film where he went to Mars?
The Martian. I haven't seen
Martian. I liked that.
Okay.
I like that. Yeah, I don't know. Most things I see him in, I think he's pretty good. Even that film that we thought was a real slow burn. I keep
Stillwater.
Yeah,
even
Stillwater. I thought it was pretty good.
Stillwater. Oklahoma. Yeah, no, I liked him in that. I think he's a great actor. He's been in some what was it called when he goes small? They go live in a tiny, you get turned microscopic basically, and you go live in downsizing. It's called downsizing.
I haven't seen that one.
So he basically, because you're so small, you live a normal life downsized, but because you're so small, you can live a very comfortable life for much less money.
Because you're not like eating as much.
You're not eating as much. Your house isn't as big, you know?
Right. So what, is there like a whole community of people that have downsized?
Yeah. And Matt Damon and his wife agree to do it, and he goes and does it, and then when he wakes up, his wife has backed out of it. So he loses his wife, and this is the beginning of the film, so it's not a spoiler.
So it's like an irreversible thing.
I believe so. I can't really remember, but I fucking hated that movie.
Yeah, I've never heard of this one.
The Informant.
So it's meant to be a comedy, like a sci-fi comedy. That's what it's.
Yeah,
that's
but
what Google's calling it.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at it.
Okay.
Then there was The Informant, was Matt Damon as well. I'm trying to think of Matt Damon movies, man, because he's been in tons of shit. Oh, he's got a funny little cameo in Euro Trip. Scotty Doesn't Know. He's the guy that sings Scotty Doesn't Know.
Oh man, I don't think I've seen this film since like 2004 when it came out. Maybe a little bit later. Maybe it was like 2007 or 8, but it's been a long time.
Before they go to Europe, there's a house party, and there's a band at the party. Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in his bed every Sunday, or something. And that's Matt Damon singing that. And he's got like eyebrow piercings and shit. He's like, it's such a weird
okay. No, I can't remember that. But
yeah. And Scotty's like the main character, I think, and he's like song about me? Like, yeah. Anyway.
Was that song made for that film, or did it just happen to be a song and they're like, oh, main character Scott, here we go. Perfect.
I don't know the answer to that question.
All right, that's fine.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Shittest Batman.
I haven't even seen it, but I haven't heard glowing reviews about that one.
He's the shittest of all the Batmans. What else is he in?
And his wife, like, fakes her death or something like that.
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. Yeah.
That is a banger.
Does she fake her death? What?
I can't remember. I could watch that again, actually.
Okay, it came out in 2014, so nearly 10 years
now. I could watch that again because I've forgotten the twist. That's perfect.
All right, I won't read too much about it then. Maybe we can watch that at some point. I like that film, and I thought he was pretty good in that.
Can you pull up like his movies? IMDb him or something? Now that I can't even think of Ben Affleck movies, I'm thinking Matt Damon's got the better career.
Argo?
That's a banger.
The Town?
Oh, that's a banger.
Hypnotic?
Don't know it.
Maybe it's not out yet. Clerks 3.
Haven't seen it.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. I guess he's playing Batman in that one.
Haven't seen it.
Assume he is anyway. I haven't heard of heaps of these. The Accountant?
Oh, he's specced up. He's specced up in The Accountant, yeah. But he's like he's an accountant by day, like assassin by night or some shit. It's actually kind of cool.
The Company Men?
Never heard of it.
He's just not that into you?
Oh, yes, he is in that. I just remembered Matt Damon's got the Oceans movies too.
Oh, dude.
Matt Damon.
Hands down.
Yeah. Fuck Matt Damon, dude. He's a...
What's that guy's name that kind of looks like Matt Damon but isn't Matt Damon? I feel like we've talked shit about him in the past.
Yeah, Jesse...
That's it.
What is his last name? Look up Game Night. He's definitely in Game Night.
Jesse Plemons.
Plemons, dude. And that sounds crazy. Plemons sounds racist. Plemons sounds racist. How it's so crazy that you can look like Matt Damon, but just like Bizarro world Matt Damon. Like he's ugly. No offense.
Yeah.
He's ugly, dude. But it's like, it's so crazy that you can be ugly and people can be like, oh, you look like that handsome guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
wild. I think I might have just found a thumbnail, but that's okay.
Of what?
Of the show. Just a side by side of these two.
Oh, let me see.
Wild.
Saved downloads. Unbelievable. He is a dog. Oh shit. Was there anything that you could relate to at all in this movie? Air? Back to Air?
Nothing that jumps out to me. Do you have anything in mind?
The main thing was because it's office based, right? And having worked in offices, and like when you need a win, there's like sometimes you get to that point where you just fucking need a win. Like, am I going to lose my job? Am I good at my job? You start doubting yourself. You know, even in basketball, like I signed to a D1 school that was in its transition from D2 to D1, losing every game. My first year in college, we went 1-30. Like,
yeah, that's tough.
And that one, I do believe it might have been the second to last game or the last game of the season. And that's where I felt like Matt Damon was. Like, this is it. It's like, if I don't win here, it's fucked. And so I guess like that desperation almost, like, maybe like, yeah, you cheated on your girlfriend and like you've got one chance to try and make it right. That's kind of okay. I don't think I've ever been in that situation, but I can imagine that many men have. and they're trying to they're just clawing. They're buying flowers, they're buying shoes, they're cleaning cars, doing dishes, trying to please stay with me. That's what I felt like he was like.
Yeah, I guess you just don't have a deadline
with that. Yeah.
Whereas in the movie, the clock was ticking. They had this meeting coming up. No one could go home. They had to stay back late, get it done. So, I guess I've kind of been in situations like that in the office throughout the years.
Especially
the stakes were never that high though.
Yeah, I mean the stakes of this were just nuts. I'm trying to think what's the highest stakes I've ever had. You ever had high stakes?
I mean, probably just sport, and when you really think about it, I wasn't playing at a high enough level for any of it to even matter. So I guess exams, if you flunk them, kind of.
Yeah, that's high stakes, I suppose.
Messes with your future a bit.
Yeah.
Come back and redo the class or something. So.
Yeah. I think, that feeling of desperation, the last game of the season, you've lost 30 games. Are you going to have a fucking W on your record this year or not? And we did it.
Yeah, it's almost movie worthy. Maybe not feature length, but
yeah, maybe just chuck it in Bryan University's version of The Last Dance. Yeah, 6.5. A few weeks ago, I put a question on Instagram, and I just said because remember when we used to do give me a song title and I'll turn that into a movie.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I did that, and some people sent some through, and the first one, which made me actually write that on Instagram, was a message from a guy called Nick that said, "Bring back the song title movie descriptions." And I hope this Nick is a black person because he said niggas in Paris, and I can kind of imagine niggas in Paris being The Devil Wears Prada. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and so The Devil Wears Prada is Meryl Streep is being a real bitch about fashion. And I can imagine instead of it being Meryl Streep, it's maybe it is Kanye West. Maybe Kanye West stars in it. And
I could see Kanye being a real bitch too.
Yeah, being a real Meryl about fashion in Paris, and it's just niggas in Paris doing fashion, but doing it mad extra, doing masks that cover your whole head, doing big boots, and just yelling at interns to get you a sandwich and shit. But he's not yelling get me a sandwich. He's yelling get me my medication, And she's like, you just had it. If you have more, you're going to OD. He's like, get me my medication. I've got bipolar. It's fucking awesome, right? He's just screaming. And then Jay-Z's in another office. And he's got people sitting in his office, but he's not talking to him. He's just looking at him. But you can hear Kanye screaming about his meds, and he's just doing this, looking at him sideways because it's all glass offices. So it's there's no privacy, but it's mad privacy. Do you know what I mean? And he's having a silent meeting with people in another room. That's what niggas in Paris would be like.
I don't know if I'd watch that one.
I don't know if there's any movies that star in Kanye that I'm really, really keen on watching.
Yeah.
The next one came from Justin. Said, I slept with someone in Fall Out Boy and all I got was this stupid song. And that's an indie film. That's got to be an indie film.
Wait, what's the song title?
I slept with someone in Fall Out Boy and all I got was this stupid song.
Oh wait, that's the actual song title. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you.
And that's mad. That's a mad indie film. It's filmed maybe on one of those old cameras that you put a whole VHS tape in.
Yep.
So the quality's wild. You can kind of hear zzz over the whole film because it's the whole mechanism is that close to the microphone during filming. And it's about a girl who lives in she lives in an Airstream. Do you know what an Airstream is?
No.
It's like a caravan, but it's it looks like a bullet. It's all metal and it's kind of they look pretty they look cool. They're kind of retro.
Aerodynamic caravan. Yeah. Okay.
And it's silver. It looks like a big butt plug almost. And yeah, it's about a girl who lives in an Airstream. She's mad hipster and she's got little like sticker tattoos. You know, girls have like tattoos. There's like one here of like sunshine and then like one here is like a wing, but just one wing. And then you expect there to be another one here, but then it's like a rose for some reason. She looks like that. And she wears Doc Martens with shorts and socks. She wears high socks, Doc Martens with like kind of short shorts, but not too short. Like not like thought shorts, but they're like cut off jean shorts that are like short but not too short. And she's her hair's like messy but like on purpose. You know, that type of girl.
Yep.
And then the guy is like a Zach Braff type. You know, he's kind of like dorky but cool, like kind of hot.
I don't know who Zach Braff is, but
Scrubs.
Continue. Oh yeah, I know the guy.
So he's kind of like that, kind of like looks kind of like goofy, and he's got a weird like throaty voice and like that kind of thing. And I'm such a nice guy, and I'm so awkward, but I'm gonna get the girl at the end, like that kind of shit. And she's got a really like fascinating coffee order, and he teases her about it, and someone dies in a car accident, and that really like she can't handle it. She can't handle the relationship anymore because like someone died, you know? It's really fucking with her. I don't have time for love when someone just died. And then it fucks the whole relationship with a huge argument. She throws like a cowbell at him for some reason. There's a cowbell and she throws that at him and it hits him. And he walks away and like people think like, what happened to you? You know, he's got a black eye from a cowbell. And then, you know, in the end they get together.
There you go. Fuck.
And then the last one coming from Flash89, the famous Flash89, friend of the show, by the way. And he said Love Shack. And that's easy. That's a porno.
Done.
Yeah. Welcome to the Poddy on everything. You know what it is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the show. We've had some shares this week, so someone will be winning merch at the end of this month. Just don't forget, you share the show, you show us that you've shared it, you automatically enter the draw to win free Welcome to the Poddy merch every month. You can do it as many times as you want during the month, as many months as you want. Free merch is there for the taking. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. And as always, bang bang.